Okay, well, when anybody is ready, we are now ready. How are you? Good, nice to see you. Yes. So you want to go to Conti? Who am I going to call first? Alicia Benjamin? Alicia Ray Benjamin?
Coming up, Your Honor.
Oh, who's coming? Yeah. Whoever wants to step up.
Judge, I'm sorry, I did not speak to Ms. Benjamin.
Can we do Conti for, well, we're going to do, this is Mr. Evans.
Oh, very well. I did not get.
Brian Evans, correct?
Yes.
And Mr. Evans, good afternoon. Sir, this is a first appearance hearing. It's a very narrow proceeding for the court to determine probable cause, also to determine matters of bond. You have the constitutional right, of course, to remain silent. Anything that you say could be used against you, correct? You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. And, sir, you have been arrested on one count of aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, one count of doing harm to, it says public servant or family. Is that what it's saying?
Yeah, Judge, we have a PC argument on that.
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and proceed on that, if you don't mind?
Yes, Your Honor. I think this is an improperly charged. He's charged with harming a public servant, and there's no evidence in this case that the person who was harmed was actually a public servant. There is a paragraph that he made some threats while he was being arrested and in handcuffs, but there's no indication that he actually harmed anyone.
State?
Yes, Your Honor. The statute for which the defendant is facing on count 2 is 838.021, which is corruption by threat.
Oh, it's corruption by threat.
Correct. And so the charge of harm public servant or family, that's corruption by threat. And based on that last sentence, it felt...
If it would have said that on the PC affidavit, I would have interpreted it as corruption by threat, not the way it was styled in terms of the caption. So I would find probable cause on both counts.
And Judge, that would be subsection 3B of the statute.
I'm going to find probable cause on that count. Thank you. And bond recommendations, State?
Yes, Your Honor, if I may provide you with his
And there's two capiases, but those are misdemeanor capiases, just for the record.
I have no objection to the amounts that have been already set by schedule, but with regards to count 1, the defendant has a number of priors that involve victims spanning from 2003 to today with the charge he's facing, including a resisting without, a grand theft auto, trespass. In 2005, he was arrested and convicted of aggravated battery, great bodily harm, and put on probation for that. His probation was violated and revoked. In 2008, he picked up 3 counts of domestic battery as a felony charge, 3 felony charges. He pled no to that and was adjudicated. He had a DUI in 2009, a 2009 2-count ag bat, 1-count false imprisonment, 2-count felony battery with priors. He received 8.5 years as a habitual offender. In 2019, he was arrested for trespass, pled no at magistrate. 2019 again, possession of a controlled substance, resisting without, and trespass. 2018, possession of cannabis. 2019, unlawful use of a false name and resisting without. 2019, a DOC. And now we're here on a second-degree felony among the other cases that he's being faced with. I'd ask Your Honor to set a bond in the amount of $7,500 with all the standard conditions of pretrial if he does post bond, including no contact.
Okay. I given the totality of everything, I was going to actually just kind of mirror the bond on count 2 at $3,500. That's 6,000. $7,500 in total bonds. I'm ordering absolutely no contact, direct, indirect, with the alleged victim in this case, no weapons of any kind, weapons, no firearms of any kind. And any other conditions?
Judge, would you be amenable to a random screen, no alcohol, no intoxicants?
Well, I don't see I'm not, I don't necessarily see the nexus in this fact pattern. If he was on pretrial, I think that's a standard condition, but I wasn't necessarily putting him on pretrial. So, I'll let
Judge.
it stand. Okay.
In light of the fact that the court found PC on count 2 for a third-degree felony as opposed to a second-degree felony, would the court lower the bond in that to 1,000?
No.
No.
Thank you very much. Good luck. Okay, you wanted to talk with Miss Benjamin?
Now, if you'll give me a moment.
Sure. Sure. Should I have just a simple one next that doesn't have any?
We could do Mr. Koya
Sure.
at Conti.
Thank you. Mr. Koya, Anthony Michael Koya, there you are.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, sir. It looks like you've got 3 outstanding capiases. They are all misdemeanor capiases, and they all stem from the same case. That being 19006740 MM 10A. I'm not exactly, sure which division that is.
Check your honor.
Miller was telling the court about that Judge Solomon had signed a warrant, he got arrested the very same day.
It's out of Judge Solomon's division?
So we're gonna ask that he be placed on pretrial supervision standard, which is what happened last night at the emergency docket.
Yes.
And the court ordered substance abuse evaluation 24 to 48 hours after release, at least 2 times per month. We ought to have random screening, no alcohol.
Thank you. So, Mr. Koya, first of all, I have been briefed in terms of the fact that there's also a pending felony case that was heard last night at our new night court sessions. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to follow that that release order, correct?
Okay.
So all cases will fall under pretrial release, and the only proviso that I'm making in this particular case is a little bit adding a few conditions. Why am I doing that? Because it's a DUI charge, entails allegations of substance, and so I would like to kind of respond to that through the pretrial order by asking for substance use screen assessment, no alcohol, no intoxicants, and treatment if indicated, correct?
Okay.
All right, thank you. So you will be released to BSO pretrial release, and you will need to check in with them. If not, I'm not saying you'll be able to do that today, but certainly on Monday.
So what do I have to do?
Check in.
Where am I going at?
Well,
Are they going to give me information?
you're going to be released. Yes, they will tell you where to go upon your release. BSO,
Okay.
It's really where probation is located, but it's the pretrial officers, correct? The division.
Okay. And how long is that going to be? Do you know?
That's for as long as the courts, as long as the case is ongoing or the judge, your presiding judge determines, correct?
Okay.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you.
Excellent. Very good. Thank you. Good luck. Sure. And she's at Maine? Okay, thank you. Calling for Alicia Ray Benjamin. Hi, Miss Benjamin.
Hi.
Miss Benjamin, you've been arrested on one count of battery. I did find probable cause. I'm here to determine bond. And do you have a place to live?
Yeah.
Okay, it looks to me, is something wrong? Are you under some kind of medications or something?
I haven't been to sleep.
You
tired.
haven't been to sleep. Okay, it's fatigue. It's fatigue. Okay, thank
Judge,
you.
I had a chance to speak to Miss Benjamin. The bond set at 1,000. She can afford that if the court wants to keep the bond at set.
Okay, that's fine. I'll do that then. I would just simply order no contact, direct or indirect, with the alleged victim. Okay?
Okay, I have a question for
Surely.
you. I live there,
Live where?
where the victim lives. We live together.
You cohabitate?
Yes, I've been living there.
No harmful contact state? Under these conditions?
My only issue is her priors. She's got, without speaking to the victim and
Yeah.
his rights under mercies, I'm not comfortable with her having any contact with him unless he's heard by a court.
Could I ask you a question, or do you want to talk
Judge,
to her
I
privately?
spoke to her. She said she does have a place to stay while this is pending that is separate from the alleged victim.
Oh, she does? Okay, because I'll tell you why. If we can't resolve it with clarity, then I can't release you right now. So if you have a place, that is the ideal thing to do. I want to say something. This is just a fact-based comment. Under these emergency conditions right now, issues of violence, issues of domestic violence, they're really an issue. So if there's a separate place to be, that's where you want to be, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. So, no contact, direct or indirect, and I'll let the bond stand because you're saying you could make it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Good luck.
Thank you.
Okie dokies. So who would you like to start with next? On the second look, I guess?
Your Honor, Mr. Woodard is at
Mr. Woodard is at Paul Ryan facility.
Thank
Can I
you.
just have one moment? I'm getting a phone call from the office.
Sure, of course. 1 second, please, sir.
Sorry about that. What is this individual's name?
Rakeem Woodard.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
1 second. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 counts selling possession manufacturer after DOHP. What is that stand for, state? DOH altering.
Department of Health.
DOH is Department of Health. And it's essentially prescription pets.
Thank you. You have a place to live, sir, yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, a good verifiable
Yes,
address?
I stay with my fiance and her child.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. Any objection to pretrial state?
Judge, he's here for a 30-day motion, I think.
Oh, excuse me, I apologize.
Judge, but I
However,
was
excuse
on.
me,
I was,
Mr. Woodard,
1 second.
why don't you let me do my job for 5 minutes
sir.
and then you can take over? How's that sound?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Judge, he's going to ask you to look at his no bond hold and his felony driving on a suspended license charge. It's I've advised him that this court is unlikely to do that since it's not before the court today. So if the court wants to place him on pretrial, and you were comfortable doing that on the felony charge that he's being held no bond, I would have no objection to that, and I don't think Mr. Woodward would either. Otherwise, we're going to set that case before the emergency hearing docket next week.
Okay. Could I hear from the state? Could I hear priors, please?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Woodard's priors span from Broward from '05 to the present, beginning with a trespass on a public school. That was resolved in 2006. Possession of cocaine, possession of cannabis resolved in '06. A resisting without resolved in '09. Improper exhibition of a weapon connected to a possession of cannabis in '08. A DWLS in '11. A grand theft of a firearm, that case was declined. A 2012 grand theft, unlawful use of a DL, that was resolved, and he received 364 days in county. In 2013, a possession of cannabis. 2014, obtaining controlled substance, which was resolved in 2014. 2019, DWS habitual offender, which is pending. And then there is an intent to file that's been issued as of 3/23 of this year for the case that he's before Your Honor with, a 1-count information.
So going back to
Sure.
the motion for release, is he entitled to that then?
At this time, because the state has not filed an information, I would have no objection to putting him in pretrial, but we have filed our intent to file as of March 23rd.
Okay. And the intent, and how, and forgive me, if I don't really fully appreciate that jargon, but is the intent to file doesn't replace a formal information?
It doesn't, Judge, no.
Just for the record, I mean, I understand, what the intent is,
Right.
but the timelines still are in place. They're not mitigated.
That's correct.
So, that DWLS is a felony case or a misdemeanor
Correct.
case?
It's a felony, Your Honor.
Okay, so why don't we do this? Why don't I go ahead, I'm gonna grant the ROR on counts 1 through 6. And with regards to the DWLS case, and I'll get that case number on the record, that case, I am gonna ROR you under pretrial release. Do you understand?
Yes,
And absolutely no driving, no new criminal offenses. I think it's fair to say, how far did you go in school?
I went to the 12th grade and they rejected me. I got in trouble. I was on
Oh, okay.
a
So,
track.
in other words, you didn't graduate, but you went to the 12th grade, but you didn't
Yes.
graduate.
I didn't graduate.
Okay, but given that history, still, you have a very, I imagine, an extremely clear understanding that we are under emergency public health conditions, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
That there's a public health anytime we can, and when I say we, I really mean anytime we can, and that's a collective throughout this circuit in terms of public health, balancing public safety, we are going to try to move people out of the jail. Why? Because we know that there's risks given the coronavirus, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you really appreciate and understand that?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Good. So if I release you under pretrial, you have to understand you don't want to do anything that could in any way compromise, impair, mitigate, negate that release order. Because otherwise you're going to end up back in jail, and that is a not good thing.
Yes, I understand, ma'am.
Okay, so I just kind of, I'm just trying to really focus that it's always important that if you can get the benefit of pretrial in normal circumstances, that's a good thing. We're not in normal circumstances. We are in emergency circumstances from a public
Yes.
health vantage point. Your public health, everybody's public health, correct?
Yes, ma'am. I understand.
Okay, good. Thank you. So when you get released, you will need to report that next business day to pretrial release.
And that will be,
That you'll get the address. That's where probation is.
no, I'm saying that day will be Monday, correct?
Yes, that's what I anticipate.
Okay.
That's what I anticipate. Correct.
And Judge,
Okay.
just so that the court is aware, pretrial advised that their offices are closed at 1 o'clock instead of 4
That's
o'clock.
right.
1
That's
o'clock?
right. So in other words, what you need to do, what time are you opening?
7:30.
Okay, so their hours are shifting because of this public health problem. So they're going to open at 7:30 and they're going to close at 1:30. So try to get there. Obviously, get there before they close. Get there in the morning.
Okay.
1 p.m.
1 p.m. Excuse me, is the closure time on Monday.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Excellent. Good luck.
And Judge,
Thank you,
would
ma'am.
you like the case number of
Please.
the probation case? It's 19010-286 CF10A before Judge Lynch. Correct.
Thank you. And absolutely no driving.
Yes.
No new criminal offenses. No alcohol. No intoxicants. Okay, there you go. Oh, of course you don't. Of course you don't. Okay. I have Cornelius Robertson.
North Broward, Your Honor?
Thank you. Cornelius Robertson.
North Broward.
Thank you.
This case was declined by the state attorney's office.
I'm sorry.
This case was declined.
It took no info. Is
No
that
info.
what you're saying?
Yes, Judge, yep.
Any other holds? Any other holds?
Not according to BSO PICS, Your Honor.
Okay, so you're going to be released, sir, and the case has been declined by the state attorney's office. It's not going to be filed upon. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
So when you get out and you're sitting, right, self-distancing, right, safe at home, you're going to think about really doing really positive things in your life, correct? So you don't end up back here, because this is a moment of moments that you will always remember. So make it count, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Excellent. Thank you. Good luck.
Good luck, Mr. Robertson.
All right, ma'am.
Judge Sean Lavin is the next person on your docket, and he's at the main jail.
Thank you. Mr. Lavin,
Yes, Your Honor.
hello.
Hello.
Let's see, what do we have? This looks like 3 counts. State, if you could, this is a motion for ROR.
Yes, Judge, this is also a 30-day motion.
Thank you, and state whenever you're ready.
Judge, at this time, it's not filed, and I'm requesting an extra 10 days.
Could I see the probable cause affidavit, please?
Sure, I'll print it out for you right now, Judge.
1 second, sir.
Dale, do you need a copy?
What now?
The PC affidavit?
Not particularly. Was the case filed?
They're asking for an extension.
An extension. Oh, Judge, the issue when they're asking for an extension is whether they have good cause for asking for an extension. And so it's, the burden is on the state attorney to.
That's why I'm asking for I'm gonna review the PC. We're
Yes,
gonna
ma'am.
get to that in just a moment. I have nothing. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The only holdup for the state's filing is the law enforcement's ability to obtain a transcribed sworn statement from Laurent Baptiste and the victim. And that was requested as of 3/26.
Yesterday, you're saying,
Yesterday with an expedited request for law enforcement to provide that. That is the only reason why this case has yet to be filed.
One moment, Your Honor.
Sworn statement.
Could I also have a prior criminal history to review, please?
$1990 possession of cocaine, 2007 attempt-burg structure, 2019 trespass, 2020 DOC pled nolo at magistrates on January 26, 2020, and this case.
Sir, do you have a place to live? Or you do not?
No, as far as like right now, when I get out, I have to go to the place where I was staying at before and see if I have a place to stay.
Yes, I don't have.
And that's in Hollywood.
Okay, you're on, I'm running him to go to NCIC. He has more than the city already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I only have access to Broward.
Yes.
From the 90s, he has some federal adjudication from the 90s for delivery and distribution of cocaine. He went to federal division and there was at least 48 months. And then he violated that probation in 2004.
One second. Yes, I'm listening to you.
2019, Alton Avenue, there was an adjudication for petty theft. There was a trespass in 2019 also. 2006, second degree petty theft. Dade County. 2003, another DUI, also in Dade County. Also in Dade, along with the trespass of an occupied structure.
So these years, you've been living in Miami-Dade?
Miami, well, I've been pretty much living in Pembroke Pines. I was working at the Indian Reservation and at the car wash. I've been working there I've been working for my boss for like 10 years. So basically, I rent a room and I have phone numbers of my boss that I've been working for a few years. So basically, I've been living in Broward County.
I got it. You know, I think what I'd like to do, but I don't know if it's possible, you know, I'd like to release you, but I'd also like to get a little oversight, you know, and put you on pretrial release and no
Yes.
contact, direct or indirect, you
That's
know,
correct.
with the
Okay.
with the alleged victim of this threat.
Judge, if it's okay with Mr.
Your Honor,
Lavin,
Your
it's
Honor.
okay with me. No objection.
Sure. Yes, sir. I'm
As
listening.
far as what charges are I'm not really sure because when I did
This
come
is-
in, I was
Sure.
kind of intoxicated when I came into jail.
I see.
You know what I'm saying? I was drinking that night.
Okay. You know, but just watch what you say. Anything could be used against you,
Yes,
correct? So
I
I
understand
just
that.
want to make sure that in our dialogue, you don't waive your rights, you know.
I understand that, Your Honor.
Okay. So I hear you. So what I'm saying is, you know, if you feel pretty confident that you have a place to stay,
Yes.
then I will release you.
Yes.
But I
okay.
will
Thank you, Your
release
Honor.
you under pretrial, just standard pretrial. I don't want you
Okay.
going back to that smoke shop or whatever that was.
So
Uh,
basically, you're saying not to be in that general area.
No, yeah, like no return, no
return.
contact, direct,
Yes.
indirect with that law enforcement officer.
I understand.
You know, stay focused.
Okay.
We're in difficult times right now, and you know everybody needs to really, really stay focused. Can you do that?
Okay. Yes, I can.
Okay, then do it, and
Thank you,
Yes,
Judge.
thank you.
I'll release you. Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
I appreciate that.
Sure. He needs to. That's standard, and he needs to go to pretrial release before
Mr.
they
Lavin?
close Monday at 1.
Mr. Lavin,
Your Honor, random drug and alcohol.
just remember you need to be at pretrial before 1 on Monday, 1
Fair
p.m.
enough.
They
On
close at
Monday.
1 p.m.
Today is Friday, right?
Yeah,
Right.
they're going to be closed by the time you get out. So Monday morning, you need to be
Monday
there bright and
morning.
early.
I'll be there.
They're closing at 1 now. They changed their hours under
So,
this
so tomorrow I'll be there before 1 o'clock.
Monday.
Monday.
Monday. Okay, thank you.
It's Friday today, and they work Monday through Friday.
So this is basically pre-trial release.
Perfect.
Wait, thank you.
Perfect.
Good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Good luck. Okie dokes.
Brandon Bass
Brandon,
is your next
Bass.
defendant. He is at North Broward.
thank you.
Judge, this is a 30-day motion before the court.
So noted.
The case was filed yesterday
I see.
as charged.
And what kind of case do we have?
It's dealing in stolen property and false ownership.
Thank you. I
5
see.
counts of each.
Oh.
He also has an out-of-state hold.
Did you want to maybe print me out a copy of that arrest affidavit?
Sure, would you like the information as well?
Just the arrest affidavit will be fine. And, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Just give me a couple of minutes to get a little acquainted with what's happening, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have a place to live?
I have my old address, right across from my old address, the 4681. An employee that used to work for me, he said I was able to stay there.
Oh, really?
Yes, ma'am.
So it has a Texas.
I'm not sure of the address. Like I said, it's right across the street from my old address. It's 4681 Southwest 33rd Avenue.
Oh,
in
he's
Dana
got a
Beach.
hole. Oh, he has a hole out of Texas. What's the bond on that?
There's no bond.
No bond on it. You know, were you aware, and you probably were aware, I'm sorry, this really kind of trumps everything, but you have
Yes,
a
ma'am.
no bond hold out of Texas.
Yes, ma'am. I talked to my mother a couple days ago, and she had talked to the sheriff and investigator over there, and that they're not doing any kind of transfers right now.
Not right now. Not right
Yes,
now.
ma'am.
Nobody is. We're not
Yes,
even
ma'am.
doing, like the court, we're not even doing like prison, we're not even holding regular court hearings
Yes, ma'am.
right now. There's no movement of any people that are incarcerated. There's no transport unless I guess maybe there's some really compelling emergency, but I don't know of any.
Yes, ma'am. They told my mother. They told my mother that unfortunately, not to make a joke or nothing, but they told my mother that I got very lucky under the circumstances. That they wasn't doing any kind of transportation or transits.
Oh, is that a sort of indirect comment on the Texas criminal justice system, you mean?
No joke.
I mean, is that
No
what
joke,
I'm
Mom.
hearing?
No joke.
No joke. No, okay. So the,
I wasn't trying to make a joke.
I guess, no, not at all. I hear you, and I'm not joking either. I'm just,
Yes, ma'am.
it is what,
Yes, ma'am.
it's what you said, and, I hear you. So I guess the bottom line is, even though this is a second look, there's really nothing I'm really gonna be able to do, in a sense.
Delete from docket. He's got a bond that's been set.
You've got a bond, if you're able to post this bond in Broward County, then of course, you would be free when they are able to recalibrate their transport, go to Texas, but right now, no.
I waive my right to extradition.
Wait 1 second, I made a mistake, I'm being corrected.
He still won't be able to go, his time won't start, that, he has 30 days after his charges are completed.
Oh, in other words, they have to actually be disposed
Yes.
with a capital D.
Yes,
Got it,
and then.
got it.
The day of the.
Then as soon as that's disposed, then he goes. I see, I got it. All right, so that's the story. You've got to get the cases here moving forward. This procedure, there's nothing I can really do here today.
Alrighty. What was so they are filing the charges? Because my mother was supposed to be talking. Like these charges wasn't even supposed to be being pursued through.
You mean in Broward County?
Yes, ma'am.
I understand they have been filed. Is that
They
right,
have been
State?
filed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. I'm sorry, that information that you got was not accurate.
Is there any way I can talk to my attorney?
Yeah, sure you can.
Yes, ma'am.
Sure you can. All right. But I think as far as this hearing goes, there's nothing else I can do other than say good luck, correct? All right, thank you. Thank you. And yes, you could talk to your attorney, of course.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome. Is that anybody else?
Judge, the one case we're trying to, the state is making an offer in that we're trying to resolve. I'm on the phone with the gentleman now. Can we have 2 minutes?
Of course.
Thank you.
Take as long as you need. While we're waiting, there's a couple of things on Mr. Franklin.
So there was a case.
What's his first name? Franklin. He's gonna go into the mental health court. James Franklin. He wasn't on the docket today, but we talked about it earlier on James Franklin. I thought I saved that case number. Let me see if it's in. Oh, here it is. Are you it's right here. I'll just give it to you. He's going to go into the mental health court. And he's in the hospital.
Ready to proceed for Mr. Maddox, Judge, and he is at Conti.
Sure.
The only issue, Your Honor, is.
So for Mr. Maddox. There he is. Yes.
This was on the 3 p.m. docket, so I'm not sure if the clerk has the file. I believe the clerk does.
1 second, sir. We're just trying to. What's the issue? This case is for later. Oh, this case is for 3 o'clock.
Are you going to be around, Dale?
I'm not. I don't mind going forward if everybody else wants to go
We
forward.
just don't have the file.
Very well. That's that. No, I have no objection. I'll just share the information with my supervisor, and he'll.
Somebody will be here.
Yes.
Sure.
So, Mr.
Just
Maddox,
not
you're going to come
you.
back at sometime after 3 o'clock, and we're going to address this issue then.
Okay, sir. You're
What
actually
issue?
set for 3 o'clock.
Address what issue?
What issue are you going to address?
Okay, so the state has made an offer. You and I discussed it on the telephone. You said you were going to accept that offer. The only issue is that we don't have a file, so we're going to do it at 3
Thank you.
o'clock instead of now. Okay. In the meantime, I will email your attorney as I discussed.
Yes, please do.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Sorry about that. All right, I guess that's a wrap.